Hello. So I know a lot of you out there don't have a website, and I get it. There's 1,000 reasons why, right? It takes too much time. You feel like you have to have this entire website built and ready to go, and you've got to have all these things for it. That's not the case, okay? So take a deep breath. It is totally fine to get yourself out there with a one-page website for your business. That is way better than not having anything at all. So I'm going to walk you through all that tonight. You ready? Let's sit back and let's get this show rolling. All right, so I know you've got so much going on, right? You're busy, you've got your business to run, but if you don't have a web presence, if you don't have your own website, you are missing out on so many opportunities. And you're like, oh yeah, sure. Everybody tells me that. So you want some numbers? I got numbers for you, okay? So Deloitte & Touche, right, big company, they did an analysis that compared small businesses that had websites and ones that didn't, okay? And here's just some of the highlights, right? The ones who did have a website, it earned 2 times as much revenue per employee, 2 times. Okay, they experienced revenue growth over the previous year when they didn't have it. That was nearly 4 times as high. They were almost 3 times as likely to be creating new jobs over the previous year, and had an overall growth rate that was more than 6 times as high. Okay, so it does matter. And the thing is, it doesn't have to be all the bells and whistles. It doesn't have to be a 50-page website. It doesn't have to cost you a fortune. There are all kinds of ways that you can do this that don't have to cost you anything more than a little bit of time, and the ROI on this type of a thing is tremendous. So let's go ahead and let's dive into this little puppy, because it is a big one. That is actually quite easy to do. Okay, that is not the right one. Hang on. I will make this work. Here we go. That's the one. Nope. Here we go. Now that works. So, why are we talking about this? Why is it important? Why should you care? Number one, your customers expect it, okay? At this point in time, okay, it's 2019 when I'm recording this, people expect to be able to find you online. That is part of their vetting process when they are doing research, when they're considering dealing with a new provider for goods or services. If you don't have a website, as far as most people are concerned now, you don't exist. You're not real, you're not serious about your business. There's a lot of negative to it. There's only positive to having it there. It provides social proof, right? It's the kind of thing that, oh, okay, well, look, they care. Look, they're telling me something about themselves. You're engaging with your customer before they've actually engaged with you. So this is a really smart move to make. And it is the type of thing that you can use completely to your advantage, and you have total control over it, which is the next thing. Okay, a lot of people think, okay, well, I have a Facebook presence, that's all I need. Or I'm on Instagram or whatever, Pinterest, whatever your favorite social is. Those are important. You need to be doing those too, but doing those and not having a website, you might as well not be doing anything at all. Because if you're just on Facebook, you're invisible to a large part of the population, okay? Facebook is a walled garden. We've talked about this before. If you missed last week's show, I went into this in more detail. Not that it's bad to have a Facebook presence. Facebook is very important. But it can't be your only thing, because then you're locking yourself out of all kinds of opportunity. Also, there's findability issues. So, yes, you do want to have a Facebook presence, but you can't use that as your only tool. It's just not going to work for you. You're going to be severely disappointed, basically. All of your competitors have websites, okay? So you don't want to be the odd man out on this. You want to be, different from them in the level of service, the type of goods you sell, that type of thing, and all the good things. You don't want to fall behind on the types of things that people expect you to be doing. A website works for you 24/7. That is huge, right? When your doors are closed, when you're sleeping, whenever your time off is, and, statistically, all the small businesses have to have some time off. We have to be unconscious and sleeping at some point. Your website is still there for you. People can still find you. They can still get answers to their common questions. They can still learn about you. And then that will then make it more likely that they're going to reach out to you when you are awake, which is a good thing. This is super key. You're going to show up on Google and Bing and all the other search engines. But if you're just on Facebook, that's not going to happen. Seriously? Seriously. Hang on. Okay. Oh, shoot. Did we just run out of power? Because I forgot to plug you in? Okay, we may have to go to plan B on this. Hang on a sec. Good news is I always have a plan B. Not a problem. Okay, I guess we do have to go to plan B because my display just died for that. So give me 1 sec. Let me just bring this up. Hey, it's all part of the fun. This is what happens. This is what happens when you go live. This is what happens when you're out here in the world. Things are going to happen that are unexpected. That's just how it goes. I'm not really sure why it just completely died. I mean, usually gives me a little warning if something bad is about to happen. Okay, whatever. Whatever. Come on. There we go. All right, this is not going to make my computer happy, but we will get through this. Okay, so now let me catch up. Nope, back here. All right, now this is what I do. This is before I start the show. I have to do all of these things. Oh, sure. Now you're going to come back? Really? This is why I offer services to do live streaming for you, because when you're trying to do this stuff by yourself, it's a lot harder. There's just no two ways about it. Doing this as a solo act is much harder. See, now if I had somebody producing for me, I could just go on and keep talking. But because I'm doing everything, that's not an option. All right, 1 second. I think I can get it back up on the main screen, which is better for my system. So I'm going to give it a shot to behave. Come on, there you go. All right, good. That'll make my machine very happy. Un momento. There we go. We can make that go away. Now the numbers will get better. Okay, why that comes up now, I don't know. Go away. Okay. Yes, see? Yes, we're back. Okay, so where were we? Google. If you don't have a website, you're not going to show up on Google. That's just how it is. You can be on all the socials. You can be everywhere. If you don't have a website, you're not going to get ranked very high in the Google results, which means people are not going to be able to find you. And as I said, you can answer common questions quickly. You can cut down on those phone calls that say, what are your hours? Or do you carry this? Or whatever. Do you service this area? You can put those very common questions on your website, and 80%, 90% of the people will get their answers there and then just go right to the next step as far as engaging with you. But I have to tell you the truth here, okay? The big reason to do this is because it is the only thing online that will be under your control. And you need to have that because you have no control. Pinterest could go away tomorrow. Facebook could change their rules and kick you out tomorrow. They could accuse you of doing something wrong against their terms of service, whether you did or you didn't, and take down your Facebook presence, right? Twitter could go away tomorrow. We have no control over these third-party services. We can control our own website. Now, yeah, okay, there's a statistical chance that it could go down, but you can control the content as long as you are there and you have it. If you maybe you have to pay for the domain, that'll be the one cost, that's for sure, and then there's some possible other costs, but minor. It is the one place where it's your voice, your control, your message, and a singular point on the internet that you can point people to when they ask about your business. You don't have to say, well, on Facebook I'm here, and YouTube I'm here, and you just go to whatever.com or .net, and you'll get all the information about my business. So much easier, so much simpler, so much easier for your customers and your clients to remember and find and share. So this is a no-brainer. You absolutely have to do this. The big thing is, don't stress. Don't overwhelm over it. You can do this with one page. Seriously, one page. And we're going to talk about the things you need to include. And if you've got those things on your one page, you are good to go. So let's keep going. Let me bring this back since it's working. Yay! All right. So let's do that. Let's start off with the important, what do you need to include? Allergy season, such fun, and goes on forever. I just want to make sure. Yes, okay, we are still up. So just making sure that wasn't actually an internet glitch, because as I'm thinking about it, as I'm getting everything back, I'm like, I wonder if the internet just dropped altogether, but no, we're good. So it was just the machine, which happens. All right, so let's talk about what to include on your one-page website. Your name. You would laugh at how many people forget to do this, right? They forget to put their company name on there. If you're sold, put your own name on there. It's so obvious that people forget, okay? Because we're human, and this is the type of thing that we do. So that's the kind of thing. And along those lines, let's take care of something else here. If you are new here, My name is Kathleen and I'm here as your tech coach. The reason I'm here is because I do a lot of small business consulting, and I realize that not everybody has somebody to reach out to for this kind of stuff. So that's why I'm here, especially because my thing is more about the digital side, the online side, there's lots of generic business coaches out there, but there's not somebody that's focused on helping you with this stuff that frankly most people are uncomfortable with. So that's why I'm here, and that's why we're talking about this kind of stuff, because tonight we are talking about a big one. You need to have a web presence. You can do it in one page, so all of the reasons that you've started and stopped and not followed through can go away now. So make sure your website has your name on it, okay? Your logo. Make sure your website has your logo on it. Again, I know that this sounds a lot like, when somebody's helping you with your computer, is it plugged in? There's a reason we ask that question, because sometimes that's really what the problem is. And you shouldn't be embarrassed by it. It's just human nature. Like sometimes the thing, the forest for the trees problem, right? Sometimes the solution is right in front of you. Sometimes the problem's right in front of you, and you just don't see it because you're so busy looking beyond it. So make sure you've got your name, you've got your logo on there. Those are key to starting this relationship with people that haven't met you yet. Introduce yourself, okay? Introduce yourself, a little bit about you, maybe how you got into the business. Be human, okay? Do this like you would do it if you were meeting a person, okay? Kind of elevator speech, party speech, however you want to look at it. It doesn't have to be a lot. A sentence, 3 sentences, whatever. But just enough so that you're kind of reaching out, you're greeting them, you're introducing yourself, you're being polite, right? That's what we would do in person. So do this on your website. Then you can get into explaining about your products, your services, your benefits, right? If it applies, maybe the area that you cover. Whether you're going to use geographic locations, zip codes, whatever it is that works best for your industry. But now you're going to start to get down and dig in a little bit to the hard facts, right? You're going to start to get into something that gets into what it is that people can expect from you, what you're offering, all that kind of good stuff. It doesn't have to be a lot. It could be bullet points, could be a summary. Use a subhead to introduce it so that as people are going down your one-page site, that it's going to stand out to them, because some people might blow past the about you and get right down to your goods and services. So make sure you're including subheads. That's another mistake people make, is that they just make it all this content. Use some subheads, use some imagery. Whether you're taking, a picture of your goods and services with your phone, or maybe you've got some good stock photos that you can work in there, that's all fine. But break it up, make it visually interesting. Make it very clear that these different sections exist so that somebody can jump right down to what they want to see. Your contact information. Again, so obvious when I say it to you, but I guarantee you when you go out and look around, even on people who have spent big money on massive websites with all kinds of stuff on it, they forget to tell people how to find them, where they're located, what their email address is, what their phone number is, okay? Put this out there. And some people are like, well, I'm not comfortable, I'm a small business, it's my home that I work out of. If that's the case, I totally get that. Go get yourself a P.O. box. Okay, what are they, like $100 or so, depending on where you are? If that makes you feel more secure about giving out that information, then do it that way. If you need a business line, like maybe you've been doing your business off of your personal phone number, okay, I get it. You don't want maybe to be handing out your personal phone number. Get yourself a Google Voice number if you want. They're free. Or go ahead and pay for another line, whatever works better for you. But get yourself a business address you can share. Get yourself a business phone number you can, and of course, get yourself an email address, which hopefully you already have. But if you don't, Google's better than nothing. Better would be a domain name, but we can get into that later. Which would be something at yourdomain.com, but you don't have a website yet, so you don't have that. So if you have a Gmail one, that's fine. Just make sure that it is something that is targeted for business, okay, not your personal address. Make sure you put on your one page all of the links to your social. Again, this is the benefit of having this website. When people say, oh, are you on Facebook? Are you on Pinterest or whatever? You don't have to give them whatever long convoluted URL you've had to get because, hey, it's really hard to get the short names now. Just say, oh yeah, go to my website at blah, 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 and I've got all the links right there for you. Makes it so much easier, so much more straightforward, and it's a lot easier for you to remember too. But it's a great place to go ahead and put all of those things for you. All of the important ones, maybe down, about halfway or all the way down at the bottom of the page. That's kind of where people expect it. And you can give the direct links to every place that you need to go. Then if you want, and this is totally optional, you can add a call to action. You can include a messenger bot if you want. There's all kinds of third-party services that you can sign up for. They'll give you the code to go ahead and put in there. Any other promotions that you've got going on, whatever works. This is totally optional, okay? The other ones that we talked about, and we'll go back, okay? So your name is a must. Your logo is a must. Tell us about yourself, right? Introduce yourself. That's a must. Explain, right? Your goods, your services, your products, whatever. Your contact info, not negotiable. And the links to your social, okay? So 6 things absolutely have to be on this page, okay? 6. That's it. The call to action, all the rest of that stuff, if you want to, you can do it. If not, it's not a problem. Don't stress on it. If this is going to stop you, then don't do it. Do the other 6, get it out there. That is the underlying message that I'm making here, okay? The underlying message is get a website. Get that one-page website out there. Don't wait, okay? Literally, you can do the whole thing. Once you write up who you are, right, and a little bit about your goods and services, the rest of it, you just know, right? It's super simple. You literally can do this whole thing in under an hour. I'm not kidding. I've done it for people, and okay, so I'm good at it. I've laid it out for other people and had them do it, and they've got it done in under an hour. This is not a big time suck. It does not actually have to cost you any money other than the domain name, which we'll get into in a minute. But there are some ways where maybe paying, a little bit of money will make it a little easier. But you don't have to necessarily hire a designer and spend months planning it out and sitemaps and all that kind of stuff. If you want to do that stuff, fine, do it later. But if you do not have a website today for your business, don't worry about that stuff. Just focus on getting yourself that one-page website. That's what you need. That's what you need to get out there. You can always expand however you want to later, but you'll have the bones in place anyway. And you'll have something that you can point to while you do whatever it is that you really have as your end goal, which is totally fine. Everything that you need to do for your business, right? You didn't start your business full-blown on day one, right? You had to work into it. It's the same thing with all this kind of stuff. But you need to have it. You need to have it now. Especially as we're going into the holiday season, all the more reason to go ahead and get it out there. While it does take a small amount of time, much smaller than it used to be, for the search engines to find you, if you build it and you start giving it out, then it will start to show up in people's searches too. So it will all work for you. All right, let me go back. Yes, I'm passionate about this, yes. Because I hate to see people missing out on an opportunity. And your webpage is a massive opportunity for your business. It really can change things for you. It gives you standing and prestige. It sort of legitimizes you for a lot of people. So you want to go ahead and you want to do this, okay? All right, so let me just make sure I didn't miss anything here. I give myself all these notes, and sometimes I forget because I just start talking. Okay. All right, so let's keep going. So now the next question everybody always has for me is, okay, great. How do I do this, right? Where the heck do I start? Again, not a big deal. Let's go through it together, okay? First thing you do is pick a platform. Now, what am I talking about here? When I say that you need to pick a platform, I'm talking about where your website is going to live, all right? My recommendations for those of you who are doing this one-page business website and need it to be simple, fast, and easy, 2 options. One is squarespace.com. The other is Blogger. Blogger will be free, okay? You still need to pay for your domain name, which I'll explain more in a second. Squarespace, I should always look, and I did forget. Their prices are not bad at all. Let me just see what the basic price is for them right now. Oops. It's not a fortune, and there are some benefits to it, which we will talk about. Oh, of course, in full disclosure, I am a Squarespace user, but I am not. I don't believe. No, I'm not. I'm not affiliated with them right now. I don't know if they've got. I have to look to see if they have an affiliate program. I hope so. Oh, where's the pricing? Where's the pricing? Come on. Pricing. Okay, so you can get a business site on Squarespace for $18 a month. Okay, so I'm going to talk a little bit about some pieces here. So picking the platform is one thing. Regardless of what platform you go with, you're going to need a domain name, and that is something that you have to pay for. The pricing on that varies quite wildly depending on what domain you're looking for. So the .coms are a little bit more expensive than the .nets, so on and so forth. Figure somewhere between $12 and $50 a year for your domain name. Now, this is a challenge at this point in the universe, right? The first day of the internet was the day you could get the short name. Since then, it's been very hard. So you need to come up with a couple of different variations on your business name that you would be comfortable using for your domain. Make sure it's something that is easy to say and easy to spell as much as possible. Because you're going to be saying it a lot, you're going to be mentioning it a lot, and you want it to be easy for people to use. It is something that you need to pay every year. Now, when you first buy it, you can buy it sometimes for 3 years or 5 years ahead of time. I say buy, it's really more of a rent situation, because if you don't renew after a certain period, it becomes open season for anybody else to pick it up again. So just keep that in mind. Some people misunderstand this process and they think, oh, I did it once, it's mine forever, and that's not the case. So make sure that you write down on the calendar somewhere after you do this that, you need to check, the once a year is a good thing to see if you need to renew it again yet. So that is non-negotiable. You do have to pay for your domain name. So Blogger is free. Okay, and it's got some templates for you to pick from. And that's why I'm mentioning these platforms, because you can do this a more complicated way, but my whole focus right here is just what is quick and fast and reasonably priced. Okay, so if you want to go into the more deep one, I did a whole thing about building your web presence for your business. So I got into some other options, but for this purpose, for this one-page website, let's keep it simple and pretty cheap. So Blogger, yes, is free. So once you've got the domain name, you can go to Blogger, and Blogger or Squarespace would be where you are putting your content. Okay, so that is, people are going to use that domain name to get to the platform, bring up your information. So that would be your logo, your name, all that kind of stuff lives on the platform, and the domain name is how people get to it. And there has to be a connection between those two. There's a little bit of setup involved if you're going to do it through Blogger, because you have to go and get your domain name on your own and then bring it to Blogger. They do have instructions on there that make it very easy to walk through. It's about a 5-step process, not a big deal. The benefit to paying for a platform like Squarespace is the fact that they'll take care of the whole thing for you. So, you pay the $18 a month, and I do think that they give you a discount if you pay for the year. Let's see. Okay, so the $18 a month is if you pay for the year. If you pay monthly, it's $26 a month. So you're saving about $100. So if you go to Squarespace, you can set up your account with them, and you can buy your domain through them, which means they'll handle the wiring for you. Okay, so when you say you are going to buy whatever, okay, yourtechcoach.net, which is what I bought, you can, I can bring that up for you. So this, right, yourtechcoach.net, that's my domain name, okay, and I bought it through Squarespace, so they handled all the stuff in the background so that when somebody puts yourtechcoach.net into a browser, it goes to my Squarespace site. So to me, that's worth the little bit of money that they're asking for right there. It just so happens that you get other things, like they have really nice templates and they're always adding to it. So you literally can go to Squarespace, set up your account, get your domain through them, go through their templates, pick out one that you like, put in your content, and publish it, and you're ready to go. It's that simple. They make it very easy. The other benefit to a tool like Squarespace is they include in your subscription all of the tools that you need to do, forms and different layouts. It connects to other third-party services. So like if you're using MailChimp or something like that for email, all these things get collected together. If you want to set up a domain email address, they work with you for that too. Like, it's a one-stop shop, and all of these other services that they offer are included in your base price. So it's not add-ons. They're not constantly hitting you up for extra money. That's just what you get. So it's all included. The other wonderful thing about a thing like Squarespace is if you think about it, right, when you are putting images on, right, so let's say you put a picture of your shop or some of your popular products, right, the size of the image that you want to send to a mobile device is different than what you want to send to somebody who's got a giant, 4K screen for their desktop. The problem is it's very difficult to manage that on our own. Don't have to with Squarespace. With Squarespace, you put up the biggest, most beautiful version of the image that you want to make available, and it will automatically send an adjusted version down to all the different sizes. So somebody who is visiting your one-page website for your business on their mobile device will not get hit with a gigantic file that takes forever to load. They'll get one that loads quickly but is still looking beautiful. And when they go back to their house and they're looking at you on their big screen, they're going to get the full-size image, which will load much easier over your home internet connection. And you don't have to spend an extra dime. You don't have to worry about coding special for it, everything. They magically handle it for you, and it really is magic. So that is the other thing to consider. So that is definitely the way to go. Okay, hi Ace over on Mixer. You have a consumption problem. What is your consumption problem? You'll have to explain that for me. So that is why I recommend those two. Now, the one thing I'm going to throw in here real quick, because I know somebody out there is going to say this to you. Somebody's going to say the words WordPress to you. I'm going to tell you from my own experience that I do not recommend WordSpace, especially for those of us who are looking to do a one-page website, okay? WordSpace, what am I saying? WordPress is used by a lot of people, and a lot of people will throw that out, half of the internet is using WordPress. Okay, that's great for them. It's not right for us for lots of reasons, especially this one. It is not as cheap or inexpensive as it looks because there's all of these extra add-ons, and there is a lot of technical maintenance that has to be done to keep a WordPress site running. So my opinion, okay, I'm giving you what the benefit of the experience and the tears I have seen other people go through. I do not recommend that. Not that there's anything wrong with it when you want to go to the next level if you want to. I don't work with it anymore because I've just seen too many problems. If you go with Blogger, it is perfectly functional for quite a long time. If you go with Squarespace, it is totally scalable. And as you decide to grow and expand your website later, you'll have all of the tools you'll need right there. But, make your own decision. You've got to decide what's best for you. I'm just giving you the information that I give the clients that I meet with. So there you go with that. Okay, Ace has not answered me yet. I don't know what he's talking about right now. But okay, that's all right. So, domain name, you're going to have to pay for. You have no options on that. You can either use Blogger if you want something free, but that's going to take a little bit more work on your side to get everything wired up, or you can go to something like Squarespace for $18 a month and get everything you need and have it be expandable and have it take care of a lot of the technical stuff for you. So those are your options there. Okay, alrighty, let's keep going. So once you've got your platform and you've gotten your domain name, I kind of combine those two, you just got to pick a template. And now again, like I said, Squarespace has got amazing, beautiful templates. And they've got ones that are targeted to different types of businesses. So the different looks and feels and all that kind of stuff. Even with the templates, you have the ability to customize if you want. But again, we are talking about quick, simple, and inexpensive. So pick one that you like. The templates are going to have multiple pages. Pick one. Pick one layout that you like and just use that for your website. That's it. Just go with that. It makes it very simple and quick to get it live. I do know that Ace has done that with a couple of sites that he's built, and I think he's been very happy with it. Let's see. So he says, been watching way too much Tech Coach videos and live streams. Oh, okay. Well, yes, you are. You are a faithful friend out there, and I appreciate that. That's a good thing. I'm curious. So you must have put that over on Facebook too, because I'm looking at it on Mixer, but I see you coming up on Facebook too, and I'm pretty sure that those are not the same company. I know they're not the same company. I'm glad. I'm always happy to have you come and visit, John, aka Ace. Okay, so once you've got your domain name, you've picked your platform, and you've picked your template, All you have to do is fill in the things we talked about. Okay, and I've got them listed here again just to remind you. Your name, your logo. If you don't have a logo yet, that's okay. Maybe add that to the someday list. Introduce yourself. Explain your goods and services. Put your contact information. Link to whatever social media you have. If it's one, if it's all of them, whatever, put all the links there. And the nice thing with Squarespace is that they actually put the little icons next to them, which is just a nice little touch. And then if you want to do calls to action, that type of thing, you can go ahead and do that. And then, most importantly, start sharing that URL everywhere. Whatever domain you bought, that's your URL. Start spreading that, letting your customers know it's there. Put it on your business cards. Put it on your receipts. Include it in the emails that you're sending out everywhere you go. That's what you, from this point forward, are going to give to people as the best place to learn about you and your business, okay? Instead of having to worry about, well, are you on Pinterest? Do you like Instagram? Whatever. It doesn't matter, because you'll have all of that on your one-page website. All you need to do is give them your domain, and they can go to all their favorite places, learn all about you that way. All right? And if you need help, I am here, okay? If you want to do live streaming as a part of what you're doing, you can reach out to me at yourtechcoach.net/one-click live streaming. Yes, you can do this in one click. Or if you just want to learn more about this, if you need a little help, if you've got some questions about stuff, reach out to me. You can go to yourtechcoach.net. I have a contact form there. By the way, Squarespace makes that easy too. All right, I'm selling them this hard. This is how I'm selling them this hard, and I'm not going to get any money for it. They do make it easy, and I'm sure John would or Ace would tell you the same thing, because he's definitely made use of their tools too. So if you need help, if you have any questions, go ahead and reach out. yourtechcoach.net. Fill out the form. Let me know what your questions are. Let me know if you need a fast answer, and I will answer you directly however you want me to. Or if you want, I can cover it in another show. Whatever works for you works for me. Okay? All right, everybody. That is the show for tonight. Let me bring this back here. I do hope that you will take this to heart, that you will go ahead, jump in, get that one-page website out there, start handing out your domain to your URL to everybody, and make use of this one thing that you have total and complete control of. Watch how it benefits you. Watch how it helps you, especially as you're going into this busy season now. Make it so much easier to spread the word about you, have total control over it, and have it working for you 24/7. This is all good stuff, right? All right, everybody. Thank you so much. I do appreciate you coming out. I will be here next Thursday, as always, with another topic. Wherever platforms you're on, I hope that you will like and follow and turn on notifications and all that kind of thing. I will be on Twitch around 10 o'clock tonight. So if you'd like to continue this conversation, you can come on over there, and we just hang out and we talk about technology and the show and that kind of stuff. So just go to twitch.com. Oh, no, what is, I'm sorry, it's twitch.tv, right? I never remember. See, this is why I have a website. Yes, twitch.tv/yourtechcoach. And we can continue this conversation. Otherwise, I will see you next week. Thank you, everybody on Facebook, on YouTube, and on Mixer. Love having you here. I really enjoy our conversations, and I look forward to talking to you next week. Bye.